One of the questions the photographer community frequently asks us is, what exactly are the typical images that work best for prints and wall art? So we've compiled our 5 best tips for you on what type of photos to create for wall art and everything else you should consider when planning your shoots and editing your images. Choose your themes carefully. When it comes to an image that makes good wall art, the possibilities for subject matter and context, just like personal taste, are endless. However, several common themes are universally popular and tend to reflect interests, feelings, and emotions, often based on the following: memory and nostalgia, recreation, excitement, wanderlust, serenity, and escapism. And when you put these into the context of a photographic subject, the following areas fit in well with the above: travel, landscape, abstract, black and white, sport, nature, macro, formal elements, and architecture. Ask yourself what scenes you might envision based on these themes. For example, when thinking of a scene of tranquility, what would you think of? A lake, flowing water, or maybe mist-covered dawn? And how about the lights of New York City and other inspiring travel destinations for a scene that stirs up that feeling of wanderlust? Or for a stimulating scene, perhaps an action-packed sports show? Also, when planning your shoots, consider different types of rooms and what photographs may be on display in them. For example, a calm seascape may be suited to a bathroom or a bedroom, whereas an exhilarating cityscape may fit well in a living space. Imagine your photograph and then place it in the type of room you think it would complement. Also, consider demographics, hobbies and lifestyles, and focus on making themed shots that fit the narrative. Focus on color, shape, and form. Always think of photographic wall art as something that should be ultimately striking, inject life into an interior space, and be the talking point of any room. When planning, shooting, and editing your photos for wall art, imagine how your images would look in a particular space and ask yourself these questions. Is it easy to look at? Or are there any distractions in the picture? Would it be pleasing to the eye? Does it give that wow factor? Color, or no color at all, is essential to consider. Images should be striking, but this doesn't mean that the colors must be overly saturated or busy. A strong color palette can also mean subdued and muted. Try experimenting with different color options in post-processing, and again, imagine how the scene would look in an interior setting. Does it fit? Black and white photography is equally as popular as color photography for printed products. And, as a general rule of thumb, black and white images with a good level of contrast or a beautiful tonal range will help guide the viewer through the scene. Shoot during the golden and blue hours. The blue hour, twilight, and golden hour, sunrise and sunset, are two of the most popular times to shoot for wall art. Images taken during these times of the day will produce results that make a more significant impact than shooting the same scene during the daytime when the light is often flat and dull. The golden hour, with its soft and dreamlike light conditions, is ideal for evoking feelings of warmth, memory, and contentment. In contrast, the blue hour is incredibly versatile and is ideal to bring cityscapes to life, or, on the other hand, it can give rise to a sense of serenity in the scene. Keep an eye on trends. Browse interior and lifestyle magazines and blogs, see what's happening in the art world, and note trending fashions, travel destinations, food crazes, recreational activities, and lifestyles. Plan your shoots accordingly. Technical aspects are important. Blurry, pixelated, over-processed, and over-compressed images may look acceptable when viewed on screen, but on paper, any quality imperfections will be much more noticeable, so keep this in mind when you're working on your photos in post-processing. Wall art should be striking, and a little goes a long way when it comes to post-processing. While images should be sharp, over-sharpening an image can compromise quality. This is also the case when brightness, shadows, colors, and contrast are adjusted too much and can result in a significant loss of detail and quality in the image. Save image files as uncompressed file formats, for example TIFF, or the highest JPEG quality possible to avoid increased pixelation. Pixels can also become more noticeable when an image is overly compressed. This often occurs when you save an image as a low-quality JPEG file. If you followed from the beginning to end, you have everything you need to know to start shooting images for wall art. If you have any tips of your own, feel free to leave them down in the comments.